What are you going through? It's like you are not the only one. You feel because you have a story past, you feel because you have a generational issue, you feel because in your family there are patterns that are not palatable happening. You are not the only one. If everyone is locked up in a room and we start saying the things that we are passing through, that we feel unsafe and we cope under our clothes, by the time there's another place, by the time it is your turn, I'm sure by the time 10, 20, 30 people say their own and it comes to your turn, the first thing you will say is, God, I am sorry. Everyone is coming from somewhere. Talk about darkness, everyone is coming from roots. Remember, we have a common father, Adam and Eve. And since he offended, he and Eve misplaced that particular place that God has created for them, the human race have been corrupt. God tried redeeming, but he had to send them out of the garden because they were deceived already. And they had another kind of knowledge that cannot be retained, that cannot be allowed to stay in the garden of Eden. And then Eden is not a particular physical environment, but an atmosphere. A curse followed for each and every one. It's amazing. Probably I'll talk about that in another podcast, in the sense that God dealt with everyone individually. The punishment was given to everybody, shared individually, despite having an excuse that it was somebody. Especially Adam said it was Eve that you gave me, it was the woman you gave me, thinking that would make. In fact, his own was even his own punishment was more, his own curse was more. So God does not pity the fact that it was someone that misled you. He has given you the sole power to be able to live your life well. Of course, we need God to live our lives well. So those excuses we are giving, some people come from a bad background to the extent that they were misled by people, and it was the misleading that made their lives turn a bad leaf completely. And it takes the mercy, so it can only take the mercy of God to have the scar minimal. Some scars are forever there. It's just like Samson. Even if it still decided to live after his eyes were plucked out, after his hair was cut, the hair strands were cut, it will only take. He wanted to die. That was why he died. From what we read, that means if he wanted to live, he would have lived on. But I think because he felt my eyes are plucked out, my hair strands have been cut, so God gave him the second chance. Probably he felt without be living with blind, plucked out eyes, and my hair just growing, he will be living at the mercy of people. And unfortunately, he would not know who is around him. He would not know who is giving him food. He might not be able to trust anybody again, even if he's in his father's and mother's compound. Anybody could come to intrude at any point in time. What is my point here? Don't let me digress too much. Everybody is coming from somewhere. But notice, if you allow people that are also coming from somewhere, that are also going through some things, that are also having one thing to nurse or the other, to keep leading your life, and you keep staying there because you feel you trust their judgment more than yourself, you will be the one to face the consequences. Your death or you giving up will not justify the consequences, will will not ameliorate, will not remove, will not reduce the consequences of your actions. Remember Adam, despite him saying that it was the woman you gave me that made me to sin against you, that God still gave him his own. And it's coming from somewhere. Be it you have been misled by people, be it you have been abused by people, be it you have been called a witch, your parents have been separated by, everybody just say irreconcilable differences just to conceal some matters. The reasons why some people were divorced, were separated, was because some person said someone is a witch, and instead of delivering the person, the next thing is separating them. I say there's a distance in the spirit. After all, they started using the person for all their services. I am just here to tell you that that is not how bad your situation is. That is not how rotten it looks like. Don't let anybody force you to settle for what is not coming from your to do what is not coming from your heart. It's better to develop yourself along the line. Lead your life by God, definitely. But you can't even develop what you don't use. You have your intuition. You also have the Spirit of God. You're expected to seek God's face. The same people you are going to meet, in quotes, they too they are making out time to develop their intuition. And if you keep going to them, human beings are sentimental. Definitely, everybody's gifts, everybody's spiritual or physical or mental or intellectual or skills is subject to their mindsets, is subject to how they think, is subject to how they also grew up, is subject to how they see life. If they are seeing two prophets and they have different mentality, even if they receive the same message from God, they will deliver it to you differently. And remember, nobody says it all. I just wrote a book. I just published a book on Seller. Mind your business constructively. Everybody is biased in one way or the other. Not because it's our fault, because our lives are like pizza. The part that is facing me is not the part facing you. So the way I'm going to see things is not the way you are going to be seeing things. So the prophet to receive a message, he will not tell you everything, because everybody one way or the other is wired to always want to have an element of control somewhere. So it is the remaining part that they did not see, that they don't want to tell you, that they will keep using to control you. So they will look for a way to say it out in a way that you always want to hear more, and they will delay you to always want to say what you want to hear. They will always want to make you to come back. Seek God for yourself. I'm not saying the prophetic is not good, but at times we so relent, we so forget that we are also created in God's likeness, after His likeness, in God's image, that we abandon. That's the word. We abandon. We recklessly abandon ourselves in some other human being's hand that is also battling with one thing or the other. Nobody can be spiritual 24/7, even if they are. You are not. It is an aberration for you to recklessly abandon your life into someone's hand because you are passing through one challenge or the other. Don't forget, everybody is coming from somewhere. Nobody should give you instructions that you are not tested. Because you have challenges does not mean that you should not be able to sort out some instructions. You should not be able to do some instructions. You should not go somewhere that you were not there before and not be able to live and be scared to live because you are scared of somebody laying a curse on you. What's not the essence of you going there to seek deliverance in the first place If after you have said, you have given them full details of your life, you have been vulnerable to them, they have weapons to also fight against you if they claim that they have delivered you. This is deeper than I'm saying it. For example, if they claim that my mother was a witch and I go to a particular prophet or pastor that I heard that can do such, and I go there, in advance of being petty, you want deliverance, you need help, you will say things that they will hold in their hands. They have your secrets in their hands, they have your details in their hands. By the time you say everything, there's a way it makes you look away from your family, there's a way it makes you look away from your family as a source of joy. And family is everything. Nobody can replace your family because nobody can condone and have no choice and just to cater for you like your family. Nuclear family, nuclear and extended. But family, I hope you get what I mean. By the time you get there where you are going to receive things, or because you are vulnerable, because you are desperate, you give them unnecessary details. And they tend to use the gift God has given them to so-called in a way they claim that they have saved you. Do you think it is easy for you to live there? How many people have left without insurance? How many people have left without receiving courses again from that particular avenue? This life is complex. It is amazing how you claim that you are saving people from problems, and at the same time, they need wisdom again to deal with you after you have saved them because they cannot live. It is dangerous. It is pathetic. It is bizarre. I'm trying to look for the word to speak to say what I'm trying to say. So before you are desperate because you're going through one problem, every storm will pass. Maybe I'll talk about that one. The ability of Jesus to be able to sleep in the storm. They went to go and wake him up, and he said, how will I conduct with this generation, no faithless generation? I'm paraphrasing. And he stood and he, according to one man of God I listened to, he said, he grudgingly rebuked the storm. That means left for him, the storm will pass. Don't let it make you lose your sleep. There are some storms of life that are general to everybody that will come. No matter how much you pray, prayers will not prevent them. They will come. But the ability to be able to maintain your grit, your stance, your sanity during the period and navigate it will determine if you are not going to be putting your hands in the life of human beings. The storm will pass. What if they had called the wrong people? They called Jesus because Jesus was in their boat. But Jesus was sleeping. Come to think of it, why did the storm come when Jesus was in the boat? That means storms of life will not even respect if you are in the spirit, will not respect if you know God, will not respect if you are the revered minister, you are the leaders, you are the revered leader, you are a good person, you are this, you are that. The storms of life will come in the way it will come to you will be different, might be different from the way it will come to me. But don't now be too eager, don't be too desperate to want to seek a solution that you go to wrong places because you want to get out by all means. That's what happened to the disciples. They wanted to get out of the storm. They were panicking. That is what happened to every one of us in this life. And Jesus came and rebuked the storm. So beyond getting power to rebuke the storm, learn to be calm, learn to sleep, learn not to lose your sleep because the storm will come anyway and it will go anyway. That is my talk to you today. Everyone is coming from somewhere and everybody is going somewhere. May the Lord help us. And know this, if you're not careful, no matter how much you fidget, the storm will spend the span. Even if it's meant to be shorter, it is not your fidgeting that will clear it out. If anything will happen with you fidgeting, it will be bringing the wrong people to your life, giving you wrong instructions, and peradventure them capturing you as their servants. You'll be seeing them as the savior, and you would always want to be serving them for the rest of your life if care is not taken. And if this starts, remember, there's not only one storm that will come in your life. How many storms do you want to be putting yourself under, servitude under somebody? And most times, those kind of saviors in quotes don't always save you from just more than one issues of life. The rest, you will keep patching it, and they will not be able to save you, and they will still be claiming that they were the ones that saved you. Human beings are, even God said, the act of man is desperately God or a prophet. They think Isaiah or Jeremiah or Ezekiel. The act of man is desperately wicked. Who can know it? Even God who created man said it. The act of man does not mean just the act of a bike rider, not just the act of a laborer on the construction site, not just the act of everyone, including pastor, including leaders in the community, including politicians, including those that sing. It means man, everybody, as in everybody. Don't be sentimental to think that some set of people are not under the clause of human beings. Even Noah, that God decided to have mercy on, to save, he said, Noah found grace. Not that it was Noah that appeased God. Noah found grace before God. Even Noah that God decided to preserve so that they will continue a new set of generation, is still fucked up. And God decided, I will not destroy man again with water. And he used rainbow to be a caution sign for himself. Imagine God using rainbow to step down that I have reached climax, but let me calm down. Whenever the rain wants to start falling, wants to see rainbow, even if the rain has not started falling, at times we see rainbow. It showed that it has hit another climax again. Who can be patient like God? Even God had to use rainbow to gauge his anger, to gauge his destruction plan. Imagine God that exalts his word more than his name and still uses some tokens of covenant to still caution himself. How much more? My dear sister and brother, understand this. Everyone is coming from somewhere. If you are patient, maybe I will tell you one of my stories. After I had realized that people will only use you to the extent you allow yourself to be used. Particular lady almost exploited me, but I calmed down. It's not as if I calmed down because I had not been exploited severally, definitely. But now I am learning to calm down and listen and ask. During the same short span of discussion period, I asked the same question differently, and she answered me differently those different times. There are ways to discern, even if you're in the process of sharpening your senses. That does not mean you should trust another person. You're not sure how he or she sharpened his own senses, his or her senses. Because they told you what to eat yesterday night, because you are told the secrets of your family, does not mean that familiar spirits, angels, fallen angels are called demons. 1/3 of angels came down, and they are frantic in multiplying their kind. So you can always be sure that spirits, anybody can tap information to fact they have their senses sharp. They might not even be tapping it from the right source because the atmosphere is clouded. Discern. Spend time with God. Spend time. Don't be rushed. Spend time. Don't be desperate to receive answers. You want relationship. Imagine somebody coming to you every day. You're a very rich person in the community, and everyone just comes and enters and just say, "Daddy, I need Baba." Remember that they're even hailing you for fake. It's not as if it's a real alien coming from their heart. They are hailing you. They are hailing you. One will come and need 10,000. One will come and need. At some point, you'll be disconnected from them by heart. Yes, it will not even be because you even want to genuinely help them and you're compassionate. It will shift from there to the fact that, okay, those my money people need. Let me be giving them money. Don't forget, say, because you are rich, doesn't mean those are problems that you are facing. But because you felt you needed to be rich because wanted to help people. But at times it will graduate from the fact that they only come for your money. You would sense it that people don't even care. These aliens, because they need money. So once they come, you want to discard them. You want to discard them immediately. You want them to go. You won't be connected to them again. It's not even be a case of you wanting to help them and pitying them. It's be like, okay, 10 million, take, go. This, take, go. But there's just one or two people that are just coming just to relax with you, just to spend time with you, just to gist with you, just to be around you, not for anything in the sincere court of it. Fine, they also have needs, but they feel that they can be giving you maybe 30 or 1 hour companion every day, or even every other day. You would, even if you don't know their intentions, even if you don't know if they are doing it for free or for free, gradually you will begin to lay down your guards when you are with them. You will be yourself, you will be vulnerable, and with time you won't know when you will do more for them than for those people that are coming as askers in quotes. That is how life is. Spend time with God. Don't say because you want to get out of a problem, you seek God in a friend's way, you get your answer, you're on the move again. Not seek God for signs and wonders. Seek is your creator. He has your fabric in his hand. Seek him to know him. Fellowship with him. The problems will be there. They will come, they will go. Some will come, they will not go. Some will not even tell you when they will leave. But don't lose your relationship with God. Wow, this is a long episode, but I hope it blesses you. Till I come your way again next time. Everyone is coming from somewhere. Take it easy with yourself. Love you all. Please at